I think it's safe to say that in recent times we've all noticed the drastic increase in gas prices. It's a little bit crazy. So with gas prices as high as they are, I'm sure that you might be looking for ways that you can improve your fuel economy. Unfortunately, there are many ways to do that. The first group of methods of improving fuel economy we'll talk about are weight reduction. Now you can start by remembering that as little as 100 pounds can negatively affect your gas mileage. And that adds up really fast. It is very easy to have 100 pounds of stuff in your car. The first thing you can do is remove any unnecessary clutter you have in your vehicle. Things like backpacks, sports equipment, old, books, just anything that's been living in your vehicle that you're not using and you've just forgotten about, take it out. If you need it again, you can put it back. You can also be sure that you're not driving with any external accessories you're not currently using. Things like rooftop luggage containers, storage racks, bike racks, camper tops. Any of these things are going to add a lot of weight to your vehicle and also negatively affect the aerodynamics of your vehicle. The air cannot, travel as smoothly over your vehicle when you've got a luggage rack on top of it. Now, the second group of ways to improve your gas mileage or fuel economy we're going to talk about are regular maintenance and some potential parts replacements. Now, a big thing to make sure that you're doing is making sure that your tires are not underinflated. There are very many vehicles on the road with underinflated tires. And when your tires are underinflated, that can affect your gas mileage by up to 3%, which may not seem like a lot, but when you're compounding all of these issues, it really adds up. As well as tires that are out of alignment. When your tires are bowed out of alignment, that causes them to drag more on the pavement. And when your tires are dragging more on the pavement, your vehicle is having to work harder to get you to the same speeds. Far less efficient. You can also change your spark plugs early. So a lot of vehicles have spark plugs that are rated for 100,000 miles. And when you get to 80,000 miles, you're going to start having more misfires and more incomplete combustion of fuel, which will also negatively affect your fuel economy. You can also make sure that you're replacing your air filter for your engine when it's due. And that's a very easy visual thing to see. So I've got the last air filter I had in my truck, and as you can see, this thing is absolutely filthy. So, and you do not need to let it, get this bad. if your filter, and it's really, most vehicles, it's very easy to access. It's right there in the under the hood, very easy to get to. Just a couple clips you have to take off. And if it's getting anywhere near this bad, these are supposed to be white, like pure white. So if it's even a little bit gray, like that, somewhere in the middle of this, that corner is especially bad. You can change this, and it will help your engine breathe much better. Your vehicle's engine sucks in millions of gallons of air every year. And when it looks like, when your filter looks like this, all that air has to go through the filter. This is really hampering its ability to breathe. Especially if you live in a dustier climate. It's important to check that often. On the topic of your engine breathing better, you can also consider upgrading your engine's intake and your exhaust system. Having a bigger air intake and a bigger exhaust will just make it a lot easier for your engine to cycle air, and the better your engine breathes, the more efficient it will be. Now, the last group of ways to improve your fuel economy we're going to talk about are behavioral changes that you can make. There are a lot of behaviors that are actually affecting your gas mileage negatively that you may not be thinking about. A big one is letting your vehicle idle for long times. It takes a lot more fuel just to sit and let your vehicle idle than it does to just restart your vehicle. So if you know you're going to be stopped somewhere waiting on somebody for minutes on end, just go ahead and turn your vehicle off. It'll save you a lot of fuel. You can also make sure that you're not accelerating too fast. The faster you accelerate, when you really press down on that gas pedal, you are raising your engine's RPMs, higher than they need to. If you're just going from 0 to 40, you really don't need to slam on the gas. And that's just making your engine work harder to get to that speed. If you took a little bit longer and accelerated slower, you would burn a lot less fuel. You can also definitely avoid stop and go driving, because it's kind of a hand-in-hand issue with accelerating too fast. The more that you're going from 20 miles an hour to 40, and you're going back and forth and back and forth, you're accelerating and getting behind somebody and then slowing down and then accelerating, that is really, really negatively affecting your gas mileage. You can also just drive slower overall. When you increase your speed to 65 miles per hour, that can increase drag on your vehicle by up to 36%, which is a lot. I mean, it's more than a third. So really, really hampering your fuel economy. Your vehicle is designed to be more aerodynamic at slower speeds.